Good evening everyone， 大家晚上好，或者是中午好。我们继续讨论42章经 ，We'll continue to discuss Sutra in 42 sections. We start with recitation. I can move on. 我们诵观音菩萨的圣号。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。今天这个42章经也是第30堂课。Today is our lesson 30 of the Sutra in 42 sections. We say Shakyamuni Buddha's name. 我们来三真本尊释迦牟尼佛。We palms together, if you don't mind. 请合掌。Homage to our founding teacher, Shakyamuni Buddha. Homage to our founding teacher, Shakyamuni Buddha. Homage to our founding teacher, Shakyamuni Buddha. Homage to the Shila Assembly of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Homage to the Shila Assembly of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Homage to the Shila Assembly of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. 无上甚深微妙法，百千万劫难遭遇。我今见闻得受持。愿解如来真实义 ，supreme and wondrous Dharma, subtle and profound, really is encountered even billions of years. And now I see and hear, accept and uphold it, and I truly understand the Buddha's actual meaning. Okay. 我们上礼拜讨论了2章，第30章和31章，我们做一点复习。We discussed 2 sections last week, sections 30 and 31. So we'll review that briefly. 第30章是讲的要远离欲火 ，and this the title, this section 30, stay far away from the fire of desire. 大家来念经文 ，Let's read the Sutra together. Chinese first. 火言无为道者，如披甘草，火来须避，道人见欲，必当远之。The Buddha said people who cultivate the way are like those covered with dry grass. It's essential to keep themselves away from oncoming fire. People who cultivate the way look upon desire as something they must stay far away from. 很短的，就这么几句话。This is very short, just a couple of sentences. 为道就是修道的人，就好像披着甘草一样。这个字是跟这个披是同一个字，古代披着甘草。那你看到火呢，你就要离开了，对不对？你如果不离开的话，会烧起来的。So that's Buddha's teaching to the bhikkhus. And he said that the cultivators of the way are like those covered with dry grass. And it's important to keep themselves away from fire. When you see the fire coming, you better stay away. Otherwise, the grass will burn and you'll be harmed as well. 那接下来就讲说，道人见欲呢，修道人见到有欲啊，就应该要远离它。这个欲一般讲就是讲的色欲啊，你见到有可能会引起你那个欲念的情形地方的话，你必须要不要去亲近它，要离开远远的它。So then those cultivated the way, when they look upon desire, something they must stay far away. When they notice desire, something will cause you to have desire, then you will have to stay far away from that. Otherwise, you'll be burned. So, 那这个火呢，就相当于是欲一样。你呢，这个修道人就像甘草一样，所以那个甘草碰到烈火的话，会烧起来。So the fire is the desire is like the fire. The fire is the energy of desire. And cultivator are the dry grass. So when the dry grass meets fire, it's going to burn. So cultivators are like dry grass. When they meet with desire, they'll get burned. So this is the master's commentary, 这是上人的解释，像我们就不用多谈了，就是。那上面就讲到说，你如果没有修到心境都两忘的时候，就应该修远离恨。前面讲的，你这章讲的就是要修远离恨。你看到火，你就要远离它，对不对？看到欲，你要远离它。So the master said that before you reach the state where both mind and external states are forgotten, and you should cultivate the practice of keeping distance. And when you see a fire, you need to keep a distance away from the fire. When you see desire, then you also need to keep a distance away from that. Unless you reach a pretty high level, your mind and external states are forgotten. 什么是心境两忘？接下来上面就讲了。So this is the master explanation. What does that mean by forgetting the mind and external state? 什么是心境两忘？就是内观其心，心无其心。就你往内看，你看不到你有心，心没有了。So you contemplate the mind, and you couldn't find it. Okay, that's what there's no mind. Okay. 外观其行呢，行无其行。你往外看，看外面的世界，你没有看到什么东西，就没有外头的境界。So when you look outside, you don't see anything outside. Okay, there may be many mirror things, but you just don't notice them at all. 所以这个就是心也空了，你找不到心了，对，那外境也没有了，你看不到外面了，就是心境两忘了。你眼睛看一些东西都没有，就是物是境界，外境。So the mind is empty because you couldn't find the mind inside yourself, and you don't notice the external state either. So then you have both mind and external state are forgotten. When your eyes see things, there's nothing in your mind. It doesn't register in your mind. Okay? So at that point, you are not moved by the six sense organs and sense objects. 这时候你就不会被六尘所转，六尘是讲的色身香味触法，六根相对的沉静。这个是经文讲的，因为结论是当然见于必当缘知。但是如果你能够见如不见，闻如不闻，那时候你就不需要修这个离恨。So cultivators way should stay away from desire. And however, if you see as if not seeing, you hear as if not hearing. And there's the couple lines here. The eye see forms, but inside there's nothing. When your eyes see external things, like outside things, but it doesn't register in your mind. And your ears hear the sounds outside, but your mind is not aware of anything. 你眼睛看外头的形形色色，你内心里头没有这些东西，没有进到你的心里头。你耳听呢，耳朵听到外面世界上的很多事情，城市可能是污浊的，不好的东西，但是你心里头不知道，就是完全你的心和外境都断掉那个关系，没有交通，心变成是非常的独立在那里，孤立在那里，跟外境一点关系都没有。这个就知道了，这种境界的话，你就可以不修养灭恨。So if you are able to sort of isolate your mind from cut off your mind from the environment, external state, then there's no need to keep distance. Otherwise, you have to practice keeping the distance. 如果你还没有到这个境界的话，那就要修远离恨。接下来是31章的 section 31. This one is this section is a bit longer than the previous one. 这章是比较长一点。我们来念经文。Let's read the Sutra Chinese version. 佛言：有人患淫不止，欲自断淫。佛谓之曰：若断其淫，不如断心。心如工巢，工巢若止，从者都息。其心不止，断淫何益？ The Buddha said there was once someone who was plagued by ceaseless sexual desire and wished to castrate himself. The Buddha said to him, to cut off your genitals would not be as good as to cut off your mind. Your mind is like a supervisor. If the supervisor stops, his employees will also quit. If the deviant mind is not stopped, how good does it do to cut off the organ? 那这边就是佛陀就讲说，有一个人呢，他这个淫欲心很重，没有办法停下来。那他想那个办法，怎么样能够避免这个？他也想要把他的男根给断掉。So that's the Buddha said that the person has very strong sexual desire, so ceaseless and ceasing, and so he thought about a way to overcome that. He wanted to castrate himself. 那佛陀就对他讲说，你与其断你的男根，不如断心，不如把你的心断掉。意思就是说，把心停下来。So the Buddha said to him, to cut off your genitals would not be as effective as cut off your mind. Cut off your mind means to stop your mind. 那心呢，像工头一样，工头如果停下来没有工作，不停止工作呢，它下面的其他人也会停下来。So the Buddha clearly say, the mind is like a foreman, and if the foreman stops, his workers will also quit. 邪心不止，断淫而已。你这个淫欲的心不止的话，你把男根断掉又有什么帮助呢？So if your sexual desire, mind of desire, sexual desire is not stopped, then what good is it to cut off the male organ? 然后继续念，跟第念。佛为说记，欲生于如意，亦以时穷生。二心各极尽，一色亦非行。佛言此，即是迦舍佛说。The Buddha spoke a verse for him. Desire is born from your intentions. Intentions are born from thoughts. When both aspects of mind are still, there is neither form nor activity. The Buddha said this verse was spoken by the Buddha Kashyapa. Again, I think I don't think we need this. 那佛陀接下来就说了一首偈颂，说欲呢生于你的意，这个意到底是我们一般讲意是心呢，这里不一定是心，我们看看吧。那么这边讲说，接下来呢，意以思想生，意啊，心的意思是因为你有在想，你的想。你有打妄想，打妄想的话，你会生出一个意念来，然后有这个意念会生出你的欲望来。So the Buddha spoke a verse. Desire is born from your intentions. This character E usually we interpret as mind, but here is from the intentions. And intentions are born from thoughts. So, in other words, your thoughts give rise to intention. then your intention give rise to desire. 然后二心各极尽，这个二心也是很不清楚。这里有的话就是一个是意和一个思想，就是二心。能讲是这样子。我要再提醒大家，就是说这部经是最早传到中国的经，所以他们当初用的那个词汇和我们现在习惯的会有些出入，所以它这个二心，现在我们相信我们不会说用二心。So when both aspects of mind are still, this two aspects is talking about intention and thoughts. Okay? Intention and thoughts. 那你这个没有意了，没有思想，不打妄想了，没有心意的时候，非色，你就看不到色，也看不到行为。你不会，因为你没有妄想了，你心里头，你的心都没有妄想，那你自然就不会有这个形形色色的东西了，也不会有什么行为，你自然不会，你当然也没有欲望了，你没有那个性欲、色欲，你不会采取什么。So since you don't have any thoughts and you don't have any intention, so your sexual desire will disappear. You have no sexual desire. And the result is there is no form and no activity. So your mind is so still, so you don't see anything, any form, and you don't do anything. And this verse was spoken by Kashyapa Buddha. This is the Buddha just before Shakyamuni Buddha. 迦叶佛是释迦牟尼佛前的一尊。那这个很明显，就是说我们要断欲呢，应该从心上断，对不对？不是从哪根断。So it's very clear that when you want to stop desire, do it in your mind. 欲是从心力生出来的，心力是从思想生出来的。我刚刚讲过，说this talk about this desire arises from the intention, and intention produced from your thoughts. That's why we start last week. 我们上礼拜就把这章讲完。我们接下来就开始看第三章，叫 Now we go ahead to discuss the next section, section 32. 这章的题目是我空不畏，是 empty out the self quells fear。就你把我呢空掉以后，你没有我以后，你就不会有恐怖，就不会恐怖。So once you don't have self anymore, then you don't have any fear. 佛言：人从爱欲生忧，从忧生怖。若离于爱，何忧何怖？ The Buddha said, people worry because of emotional love and sexual desire. That worry then leads to fear. If you transcend that, what words will be left to fear? Okay, that's it for this section. 这章也是很短。This was also very short. 人从爱欲生忧，讲到你为什么会有忧愁、烦恼，是因为爱欲的关系。那因为有忧呢，你就会产生恐怖。Okay. So why do you worry? Because you have emotional and sexual desire. and that worry will lead to fear. 那你如果没有爱，没有欲，没有爱欲的话，就不会有忧了，对不对？因为忧是从爱欲，因为有爱欲的关系才生忧。那没有爱欲的话，当然就不会有忧。那没有忧的话，就不会有怖。就是这样。有离爱呢，没忧和怖。So if you don't have any love, emotional love and sexual desire, then you won't have worry. And if you don't have any worries, then don't have any fear. Because worry comes from emotional love and sexual desire. So if you don't have emotional love and desire, then you won't worry anything. And fear comes from worry. Now you don't have worry, of course you don't have any fear. This one can be. Give me a second. So 等一下。忘了把那个 original sound 关掉。I forgot to turn off the original sound, so it's a noise, not noise. 所以这章我就是在讲这个上人的解释，人为什么有忧愁恐惧？因为人有爱欲，所以才有忧愁恐惧。刚刚讲的，如果把爱欲断了呢，就没有什么忧愁恐惧。So that's Master's commentary. Why people worry and feel afraid? Simply because they have love and desire. And if we can put an end to love and desire, then you will not have any worries or fear. 上人讲的说，我们从无始以来呢，到四大妄认四大为自己的形象。As I said that from immense eons in the past up to now, we must take the four elements for our body. Four elements are the earth, water, fire, and wind. 四大就是地水火风，四大。妄认六尘缘影为自己的形象，这个比较难解释。六尘就是指的色声香味触法，我们感官能够看到的东西，感受到的东西，眼睛看到就是色尘，耳朵听到的是声尘，是六尘。缘影，等于是六尘的影子投在你的意识里头，你把这个当做你的形象。我想一个解释就是说，你看到外境， 那你就把那个外境带到你的心里头来，那你把这个看成是你的心，就是你把外界的外界等于是一个投影到你的心里，那你把它看成是你的心。So then we mistakenly condition perceptions of the six defined object of our mind. This is a literal translation from Chinese. Six sense objects. These are talking about the forms, sight, sound, smell, taste, those things, and what our sense organs can sense. And these sense objects are outside of, but we project into our mind. We'll receive this information and put it in our mind, and then we take that as our mind. Here, this is called conditioned perception. This is to translate yuan yin. Yuan is into condition. I'm not sure this is the best translation. My understanding is that the external states, the external objects, kind of project into your mind, and you take it as your mind. 那所以我们就执着贪念了，不愿把它放下。我们执着了我们的身体，我们执着的外境，那不愿意把它放下。So as a result, we become attached to the body, to our body, and to the external states, and we don't want to let them go. 贪念这些东西，你就不愿意放下，因为这样的，所以就有种种的烦恼生出来。这种烦恼生出来，就有很多的忧愁、烦恼，就成了恐怖来。So difficulties arise. Once difficulty arise, many worries and afflictions fall prey to anxiety and fear. 上人讲的说，我们应该观这些四大地水火风，知道身体是四大合而成，本来就没有一个自性在那里，它身体本来就是空的，只是因为有四大合合在一起而成真。So the master said we should contemplate the four elements and know that the body is a combination of the four elements. The body does not exist to begin with. It's because of the four elements, and we have our body. 然后你再观察这个六尘缘灵也是空的，因为外境呢投到你的心里头来，那你也是假的。So you contemplate the external states is empty as well. 然后心是无常，你如果知道心是无常的话，就能把爱欲心断。你把爱欲心断了以后，你就忧愁恐怖也都没有了。If we can recognize that the mind is impermanent, it's permanent, you can cut off thoughts of emotional love and sexual desire, then you won't have any worries and fear. 这是刚刚经文的部分，这个不需要多讲。This is the Sutra text. Maybe we can add something here. 那我们可以来看看为什么会从爱欲生忧。 很多人会有经验，当你喜欢的一个人的时候，你是不是会担心这个人离开你？所以你会忧愁，对不对？So many people will have this experience. If you like someone or you love someone, and you worry that this person will leave you, that leave you, won't be together with you, so you kind of worry, right? 从忧愁里头呢，就是产生恐怖，你就会害怕你丢掉这个人。And you are worried, you'll be afraid. You're afraid that this person will leave you, won't be together with you. So this is one explanation. 那这是一个解释，你经常的发生的事情。接下来我们就看33章 and we'll move on to the next section in 33. 这边这个题目叫智明破魔，智慧明破魔，什么是智明？我们等一下再看清楚。So the topic use wisdom and clarity to defeat demons. This is a longer section. 比较长一点，来念经文是为了那个。我言不为道者，譬如一人与万人战，挂铠出门，亦或怯弱，或半路而退，或格斗而死，或得胜而还。The Buddha said, people who cultivate the way are like a soldier who goes into battle alone against 10,000 enemies. He dons his armor and goes out the gate. He may prove to be a coward. He may get halfway to the battlefield and retreat. He may be killed in battle, or he may return victorious. 这边就讲说你修道的人呢，譬喻就像一个人和万人战争一样。So Buddha said that the cultivators are like a soldier who goes into battle by himself against many enemies. It's not necessarily just 10,000, just means many. 这万人当然不一定，不是说一定是1万个人，指的是很多人。那种挂铠出门，就是他穿着盔甲了，出城门去，他有可能害怕恐惧，或者呢走到一半就退回来了，还没有到那个战场就退回来。So he comes, put on his armor, go out the gate, the city gate. He may be a coward. He may get halfway to the battlefield and retreat. Or he may be killed in battle, or he may return victorious. 他有可能到了战场以后战败了，战死，或者呢，好的话他就打胜仗，凯旋归来。接下来整个沙门学道呢，应当坚持己心，精进勇锐，不畏前进，破灭众魔而得道果。Shamanas who study the way must make their minds resolute and be vigorous, courageous, and valiant, not fearing what lies ahead, they should defeat the hordes of demons and obtain the vision of the way. I think that's the end. 是这一章。这边就讲说，这个沙门呢，出家人学道，在家人也应该会适合这个。你学道的时候，修道的时候应该怎么样？要坚持，要有坚固的心。所以我们有cultivate the way you must be determined and is resolute. 精进勇锐，你要很精进，不要怕前面的事情，什么事情会发生。那你这样就可以破灭众魔，把这个魔群呢给破坏掉、破灭掉，那最后就得到了。And you should be vigorous, courageous, and living, and not fear what lies ahead. Then you can defeat the force of demon and realize the way. 圣人的诠释讲说，佛以譬喻来说明修道人应该有戒定慧三无漏学，现在精进学道。The Master Commentary. So this section uses an analogy to show that people, cultivators, the way should follow the three non-outflow studies of precept, samadhi, and reason. You should study the way with single-minded vigor. 这个三无漏学是在楞严经里头的，这四种清明灵慧开始让三无漏学、戒定慧、三无学。So these are three outflow studies. The precepts, samadhi, and wisdom. This mentioned in the Sutra is four clear instructions on purity in the beginning. 讲到这一章是用譬喻来说明修道人应该修好戒定慧，然后一心来精进学道。So there's an analogy in this section that cultivators should follow this precept, samadhi, and wisdom, and so it's vigor to study the way, cultivate the way. 经文就讲说是一个人，无始的虚妄，种有的习气，这个叫万人。前面讲说你一人和万人战，一人就是你这个修道人，那万人指的你所有的虚妄啊、习气的那个惑这些东西。所以这个都是万人。So the cultivator is by himself, is one person, and he has lots of pretensions and habits, delusions, and these are in the analogy here talking about 10,000 people. So all these bad habits, delusions, things like this. 这边就讲说，你能够专一即心的学道，就譬如是一个你要专一即心的学的地方。So if you can study the way is full concentration, then you are like the wrong person headed into that. 因为有很多的虚妄，很多的惑，很多习气，譬如万人，刚刚讲的这些习气的 虚妄惑呢，这个就很多相关的应用。When you have many pretensions, delusions, bad habits, these are things are that 10,000 enemies. 那你挂穿上盔甲，挂上甲这东西定力，所以你不会半路退迷。If you can advance with courageous vigor, not turning back halfway, you have kind of samadhi. 你不怕前面的种种境界，不怕前面有很多敌人在等着要来跟你大战，你不怕他们，你就不会战死。那这是个智慧的力量。If you don't fear any situation, no matter how many enemies are up ahead waiting to attack you, then you won't be killed so easy. And that's kind of the wisdom power. 那你如果有戒定慧的话，你就能够破灭这无始以来的习气了、虚妄。那这些东西呢，这些毛病就等于种毛一样。那你因为你有戒定慧呢，能够把这些东西、把习气、毛病都给打败了。就是等于把这个魔军都打败，那你就会趁得到一些作战的胜利了。When you have the precepts, samadhi, and wisdom, you can overcome your bad habits and pretensions. These are myriads of problems medicals to also demons. And you can defeat these demons with the precept, samadhi, and wisdom. Then you realize the way, you obtain the creation of the way, and you return victoriously. 上人这个解释就是跟普玉大师的解释是很接近的。This is Great Master Oyi's commentary explanation of the section. The master actually followed this very clearly. I don't have English translation. I will translate verbally and go along. This is pretty much what we said earlier. 那Oyi大师他说这个第33章呢，就譬喻讲说明了这个修道的人呢，须具戒定慧。你修行人呢，你必须要有戒定慧。So the Grandmaster Oyi said that the section is using an analogy to explain that the cultivator should have precept, samadhi, and wisdom. 专精学道之心呢，譬如就是你专一的心，专注的来学道那个心呢，就是经文里的讲义了。When you have full concentration, you cultivate the way, just like it's just one mind, just like one person in the Sutra. 无始虚妄诸惑习气，譬如问无始以来的虚妄呢，惑了习气、坏习气，譬如问经文的讲义。So your limitless pretension, delusion, and bad habits are like 10,000 people in this. 受持境界呢，譬如挂开。You uphold the precept purely so that you dominate the armor. 坚持其心呢，则无怯弱之意，就是因为持戒的关系。 if you can strengthen your mind, the resolution, the resolve, then you won't be like a cow. And this is the power of precept. 心静勇锐，则无半路之退，定力。你很清静勇敢，你就不会走到半路就回来。这是定力。You are vigorous and you're courageous, then you won't retreat halfway to the battlefield. And this is the power of samadhi. 不畏前进，不怕前面有很多敌人，你就不会格斗之势，你不会再战死。这是你的智慧的力量。You are not afraid of what's ahead of you, not the enemies in front of you, and you won't be killed in the battlefield. And this is due to the power of wisdom. 那你这三个力量界定会，这三个力量合起来的话，你就能够破灭众魔和真道果，所以就会得胜而回。And when you have all three powers, you said samadhi and wisdom, and you can defeat the demons and realize the way to the fruition. And that's it, that you return victoriously. 我们把这个看一看。This is a Sutra text. I didn't have English here. 我们来把前面那个 PV 来做个比较。就修道人，对不对？譬如一人与万人战。So this is the Sutra text. It's cultivated in a way. An analogy is like a person is go to battle with 10,000 people. 挂铠出门呢，讲的就是说你实践，那you don the armor. This is like you are upholding your precept. 你或这个人呢，他也许很怯弱的，因为怯弱呢，那你要怎么样？你要坚强你的意志，对这是这边。So this cultivator may be afraid, maybe like a coward, and to overcome that, you have to strengthen your mind. 半路而退的，那你的对峙的方法就是你要坚信勇敢。就不会半路而退。And this cultivator this person may retreat halfway to the battlefield. To overcome that, you need to be vigorous and courageous. 格斗而死，在战场战死。对峙这个呢，你必须要不怕前面的警戒。敌军在前面，破灭众魔而得道果。这个讲就是说你有戒定慧呢，那就是可以把众魔给破了，得道果，就等于是得胜，就是得胜而回。So with precept, samadhi, and the wisdom, you can defeat the demons and obtain the fruition in the way. It says you return victoriously. Okay, that's the section 33 is talking about. 33章就到此为止。接下来我们看34章 ，we'll discuss section 33. 这个讲的处中得道，就是你要中道。你如果能够保持中道的话，你就会修道就会成功。就是 abiding in the middle means to attain in the way. Means you have to follow the middle way. You practice the middle way, then you will succeed. You succeed in your cultivation. Let's read the text and then mention. 沙门夜诵迦舍佛遗教经，其身悲谨，思悔欲退。我问之曰：吾昔在家曾为何也？对曰：爱恳请。我言：旋缓如何？对曰：不明理。旋急如何？对曰：身体。Let's go to the next page. 我们跳过去，这边都是只有中文。In the English, one evening a Shravana was reciting the Sutra of the teaching bequeathed by the Buddha Kashyapa. The sound of his voice was mournful as he reflected remorsefully on his wish to retreat in cultivation. The Buddha asked him in the past, when you were a householder, what did you do? He replied, I was fond of playing the lute. 中文，我言旋缓如何？对曰不明理。旋急如何？对曰深觉矣。急缓得中如何？对曰诸因不应。The Buddha said, what happened when the strings were slack? He replied, they didn't sound. What happened when they were too tight? He replied, the sounds were cut short. What happened when they were tuned just right between slack and tight? He replied, the sound carried. To this point, this is an analogy. 到这边是个譬喻。再多回去 go back to the beginning. 这边就讲到一个出家人呢，有一天晚上就诵这个迦舍佛的遗教经，他的声音呢，诵经的声音非常的悲哀啊，紧张。他想到要退心，思悔欲退。这个悔可以是忏悔，可以是后悔，尤其是后悔了，他就想要退心了。So was a monk was reciting the Sutra at night, and his voice sounds so muffled and actually also very nervous in the translation. Here said that he reacted remorsefully on his wish to retreat in cultivation. This translation may not be the best translation. Another way to interpret this is that he was thinking about kind of regret and become a monk, and he wanted to retreat to return to their life. 那佛陀听到他这个诵经的声音呢，知道有问题了，就问他说：“那你从前在家的时候，没有出家之前，你做了些什么事情？”他说：“我喜欢弹琴。” The Buddha heard about his recitation and understand there is some problem with him. So the Buddha asked this monk, said that when you were still a lay person, what did you do? And the monk replied, "I'd like to play the lute." 那佛陀就从这个琴来讲，拿琴当譬喻的弦缓如何？回答说不明，弦急如何？声觉音。这个中文用的缓和急，我们现在不会是用缓和急来这个弦，这个缓的意思就是说松掉的意思，急是紧的意思。就是你这个弦太松的话，怎么样能够弹出声音来吗？不能的，不明，弹不出声音来。那如果是太紧了呢？声觉音。太紧的话，那个弦会断掉，弦断了以后，那自然也没有声音，对不对？So the Buddha used the string, the lute as an analogy. Exodus monk said, "Then what happened when the strings were slack?" He replied, "They didn't sound, and the lute didn't sound. What happened when they were too tight? The strings were too tight. The sound were cut short. Because when you tighten it too much, the string too much, the string will break, right? And of course, you can't make any music sound." 然后佛陀跟他说：“急缓得中，是不紧也不松。”调的刚刚好，也不会太紧，也不会太松。那这个中道了，恰到好处的时候，怎么样？我回来的时候注音不音，就是能够弹出很好的音乐出来。The Buddha continues, "What happened when the strings were tuned just right? It's neither slack nor too tight." The answer was the sounds carried. Right? This is a very obvious example. I think everybody understands. 这个是一个很平浅的譬喻，每个人都可以了解。你这个弦不能够太紧，也不能太松，你就是要调的刚刚好。So the string cannot be too slack. Cannot be slack, cannot be too tight. It must be tuned right, just right. 那佛陀继续讲了，Sutra continues with the Sutra. 佛言：沙门学道亦然，心若调适，道可得矣。于道若暴，暴即生疲；其身若疲，必即生朗。The Buddha said it's the same with a shamana who studies the way. If his mind is harmonious, he can attain the way. If he is impetuous about the way, his impetuousness will tire out his body. And if his body is tired, his mind will become afflicted. 意若生老，心即退矣。其心既退，罪必加矣。但清净观的道不是矣。If his mind becomes affected, then he will retreat from his practice. If he retreats from his practice, his offenses will certainly increase. You need only be pure, peaceful, and happy, and you will not lose the way. 接下来，佛陀就讲到主题了。前面是譬喻，讲到修行了。讲到那个沙门出家人学道也是一样，就像那个弦一样，弦要调得刚刚好。那你修行的时候，你的心也要调得刚刚好，刚刚好。那如果心能够调得很好的话，道就可以得到。So the analogy is the string, right? And you need to tune the string just right. Same thing when you cultivate the way, your mind should be tuned, right? This is harmonious. I'm not sure whether this is the best translation. I think this is tiao means tuned. Tuned just right, just like the string, tuned just right. Then you'll attain the way. 那你如果一到若暴，这个暴的就是可以说是暴躁啊。你修行的时候如果很暴躁或者很急躁，过分的，就像你那个弦绷得太紧，你这个很暴躁、很急躁的时候，身体会很疲劳。那你如果疲劳的话，你心里头就会生出烦恼，很疲倦啊，就烦恼。If he's impetuous about the way, that he will be tired. His body will be tired. It means that he quoted the way that too much is abrupt, not according to the middle way, and he'll be just too tired. Okay? Once he's too tired, his mind will become afflicted. 那烦恼呢？一生的烦恼以后就不修行。那不修行的话，就会遭业。So if you are afflicted, then you retreat from your practice. If you retreat from the practice, then you have offenses. You create offenses. And 你只要是清净安乐的，那你就不会失道，就会你会得到，你不会退心的。你清净安乐的话，你就不会退心。So what you need is pure, useful, and happy. Then you won't lose the way. You will attain the way. Another way to render this is with purity, peace, and happiness. Then you won't lose the way. So, 这个上人的解释了，学到呢，应该好好的调身调心呢，不要让身心太紧张，那也不要太放逸很多。So the master's comment, this section explains when we cultivate the way, we should regulate our body and mind, and in a wholesome way, should not be too tense, stress in body and mind, or too lax, too lazy. 孟子讲的，其进锐者，其退速。你前进的很快，进的很快的时候，你退也会很快，来得快，那去得快。So this Confucianism, mentions say that if we advance too rapidly, you also retreat rapidly. 不要太猛，你太猛的话，你也会退的很猛就退下来。You don't want to advance too rapidly. If you do, then you will retreat rapidly as well. 上面就讲说，你修道的时候不要忘了 要修行，但是也不要帮着这个道，这才是一个修道的好方法。When you cultivate the way, you shouldn't forget about the way, forget about practice. And you should not try to force the way either. Neither too fast nor too slow. This is a good message for cultivation. 你如果不是这样呢，就不能成道，因为你不会用功，不是太紧，不是太慢。这个慢就是太松的意思。If you don't keep a moderate pace, you won't be able to accomplish the way because you don't know how to cultivate, but either too hasty or too slow. 这边讲到，不要忘了，也不要帮助。另外一个地方就是说，勿助勿忘。上来开始的时候讲的勿助勿忘。这边讲的勿忘是什么？就是不要忘了你的触发心。This section talking about it, you do not forget about the way, and do not force the way either. That reminds me about the master instruction talking about do not help, do not forget. And do not forget what? Do not forget your initial result. 不要忘触发心。我们一开始要修行的时候，那个触发心是很勇猛，渐渐的呢，我们那个就会把忘掉，那你就会退心。所以如果能够一直提醒自己，想起触发心的话，你就不会那么容易退心。When we start to cultivate, when the result to cultivate, you are usually very vigorous in the beginning. Slowly, you become less vigorous, and after a while, you may simply just retreat. 俗话常常讲说，学佛1年呢，佛在眼前；学佛3年或10年呢，佛就在天边。就是因为我们把这个触发心给忘了。Come on, say that after you study the Dharma for 1 year, the Buddha is right in front of you. After maybe 3 years or 10 years, the Buddha is at the end of the world. You don't know where the Buddha is. That is because you forgot about your initial result. So we need to keep ourselves, remind ourselves of initial result. 就是要常常提醒自己，在然后毛禅里头讲到这个发菩提心，上头也讲说你要烁烁发心，烁烁就是那个是数字那个数，就是说你要常常的发这个菩提心，不是说只发一次菩提心就不用再发了，就是你要常常的发菩提心，你要把你的触发心再提起来，每天再发一次，这样子你就不会退心。In the Emperor Liang's repentance, talking about the body resolve, say that you don't just resolve upon body just once. You have to do that frequently. You resolve upon body one today, and next day you also don't make a resolve on body. And then way you won't retreat. So you can keep your initial resolve alive, you won't retreat. 那讲这个物助呢，这边讲个帮着这个道，这个故事，我让很多人就晓得听过的，上面讲了好几次。以前就讲到在战国时代的宋国的一个农夫，他帮助他种的苗长大的故事，对不对？但是 not help, not to help, not to force, translate not to force the will. That Chinese literally say not to help. Okay. This is the well-known story. The master talked about this many times. There's a farmer in the Warring period, and he was impatient by the sprout he planted. He felt that the sprout just grow too slowly, so he decided to help this sprout to grow faster. 那很多人听过这个故事，他怎么去帮助这个苗长高的？这个苗一颗一颗的往上拔，把它苗从土里头把田里头拔高来，1寸2寸这样子。So he thought about a smart way. He decided to pull the sprout up from the field, maybe like 1 inch or 2 inches. 那他就是把苗一颗一颗的这样子往上拔了一整天，很累了，回家去了。So he did that. He pulled the sprouts one by one all day long, and at the end he was so tired. 然后回到家里头，他就跟家里头讲说：“今日累，无助苗长矣。就是我不病，就是他生病，累坏了。那为什么？因为我帮助苗长大。So when he got home, he said that he was too tired. He got sick because he helped the sprout to grow. 那他儿子听到的呢，就很好奇啊，因为他父亲有什么好方法，就赶快跑到田里头去看呢。结果怎么样？那苗都枯死。The son heard that, was very excited and very curious. So he ran to the field to take a look how he fathered it. And it turned out the soil was also dry and withered. It's the story is you don't force things to grow, don't force your cultivation either. 那就是譬如说我们修行的时候，不要过度，不要过度。你住呢就是太过，你忘了就是不急了，你都忘了松了，嫌那个太紧了，So you force things to grow. It's like the string is too tight. The string will break, right? And the swell will tight. And you forgot about your cultivation, your initial result. It's just that the string is too slack, and you won't make any sound, any music. 这个计创大家很熟的。This is a verse, I think very well known. 大家念一念，紧的绷，慢的松，不紧不慢才成功。Too tight, you'll slack. Too slack, you'll sag. Neither too tight nor too slack. It will work out right. 就是紧的呢？紧的绷，整个弦呢太紧的话，它会崩断。慢的时候不够紧，那不够紧的话，那当然就松了，对不对 ？So if the strings are too tight, you snap, it's break, okay? If it's too slack, then you'll sag. The string will sag. 不紧不慢才成功。It's only when 只有在这个不是太紧，也不是太松的时候，你才能够成功，就是你才能够做出音乐来，那你修行也才能够成功。你讲修行，neither too tight nor too slack, you'll work out right. So this can be the lute or the piano or what string instrument. And when the string are not neither too tight or too slack, then you make music. And same thing when you cultivate, maybe your mind is not too tight, not too tight, too lax, too relaxed. Okay, then your cultivation will succeed. 我们上面解释的，就是 the explanation that 我们把这个经文再读一次。Let's read the text. 沙门夜诵迦舍佛一教经，居身得景，思悔欲退。佛问之曰：有昔在家成何？安回业？对曰：爱贪经。One evening, a Shramana was reciting the Sutra of the teaching equipped by the Buddha Kashyapa. The sound of his voice was muffled as he reacted remorsefully on his wish to retreat in cultivation. The Buddha asked him, in the past, when you were a householder, what did you do? 我想大家的感受就是我头就问他，从前在做一些什么？佛言：宣缓如何？对曰：不免矣。宣举如何？深觉矣。一缓得中如何？对曰：所言不已。The Buddha said, what happened when the strings were slack, but they didn't sound? What happened when they were too tight, the sounds were cut short? What happened when they were tuned just right between slack and tight, that sound carried? 那么这边就讲到这个修行呢 ，Let's talk about cultivation. 你学道呢也是一样，心若调适呢，道可得意；于道若暴呢，暴即生疲，生疲呢，身若疲呢，一即失呢。So let's talk about cultivation. Let's talk about. So when you study the way your mind is harmonious, I think another way to render this is well tuned, well regulated. Just like the string is well regulated, well tuned, then you will tend the way. In his impetus, by the way, his impetus will tire of his body. If his body is tired, his mind will become affected. 那这边就讲这个一道若暴，暴即生疲。这个暴是什么意思？我们一般比较少看到说暴用在这边。你在修道的时候，当然怎么讲呢？这个修道的时候很暴躁、着急。那这么一着急呢，一有火气，身就容易疲倦，太紧张了。So this is talking about impetus here, and the master impression you are too hasty or impatient in your cultivation. Your anxiety and temper will wear out your body. It's overzealous. 第 地肉生脑呢，兴起退。你有烦恼的话，你就不会修行。So if you are afflicted, then you won't retreat. You'll retreat from your practice. 那你如果不修行呢，那就会造罪，造恶业。So if you retreat from the practice, then your offense will this translate into certainly increase. This character can mean increase, but it can also just means that you create the offenses. Doesn't necessarily means increase. 那你要怎么样清净安乐？保持清净安乐呢？心里很平衡的时候，你就不会这个道就不会失掉。This is why we talk about that with purity, peace, and happiness. The mind is well regulated, and you won't lose the way. So that's the section. I think 这个34章就到这边，我们这边可以停下来到这边。那看看大家有没有什么问题 ？If you have any question, you can raise them. And I will talk about this next Sunday, even or next week first. You can type your question. 那我接下来就谈谈下礼拜天的讲演，然后其他事情跟大家谈，然后再有问题也再提出来。So next Sunday, we're going to make sure we'll talk about Q&A. So next Sunday, we'll start with the Amrita session. So this the first day of the Amrita session. We'll talk about Q&A. 那下礼拜天，我们在万城开始打佛七。是法师在晚上他会讲到这个进度方面。这个翻译不一定是最好的翻译，不晓得他主要要讲什么东西。暂时的翻译就是发掘进度。那我们有那个佛七的这个草案，那个时间表的草案，这个还不就是最后。This is a draft schedule for the Amrita session. Start in the morning, 7 o'clock. 早上7点开始诵经，然后作念、止境、绕念，作念就到9点结束。So recite the Amrita Sutra, sitting recitation, silent recitation, walking recitation, and sit down again, and at 9 o'clock. So the morning and at 9. 早上就到9点结束。下午1点开始，然后就诵阿弥陀经、作念、止境。接下来大回向、往生大回向，应该在3点之前会结束。So after lunch, start at 1 o'clock, recite the Amrita Sutra, sitting recitation, silent recitation, and then do the transference, the great transference, and also transference the reverse one. And this should end before 3 o'clock. Again, this is draft schedule is not finalized yet. 现在这个是初步的稿，初步的那个时间表，还没有定案。那下礼拜2我们就不上課，因為打佛七的關係。So we'll take a break next Tuesday. Was the session. Well, any questions? 应該沒有問題。沒有問題啊。 这个是薛平还是？如果退心懒惰放逸了，以前消灭的罪会不会又回来？你消灭的罪应该不会再回来啊，除非你就又再犯了罪啊。就是你退心，你放逸以后，你有可能又照同样的犯其他同样的过。所以 So the first question is that you retreat, you become lazy, and the offenses you distinguished before will then return. Once you extinguish the offenses, you will find that it does not exist anymore, except you commit the offense again. And it's very likely because you retreat, you then commit the same mistake one more time, once again. Then, of course, you create a new offense, new offense. 家里装修会伤到一些虫子，要怎么做才能不伤害它们？这是很困难的问题。So the question is that they are remodel their house and they will harm some insects. What should they do? What should they do? 我们在道场里头一般会先贴出公告来，好比说我们修树啦，或者做什么做那个，你知道会伤害到这位众生的时候，会贴出一张公告来，然后请这些众生呢颁奖，这样子就不会伤害到他们。One way we do that in the monastery is that when we want to do something, maybe like trim trees or do this, do that, and we know we are going to harm some insects, some living beings, then we usually will post the notice out. If we are going to trim trees, we'll post a notice on the tree and tell the living beings there to leave. If they move, then they won't be harmed. Right? 这是一个方法了，就是你事先通知他们，请他们离开了。他们离不离开，那也不是能够控制的。但是你如果是诚心的话，他们应该会感受得到，那他们就会自己颁奖。So if they refuse to move, then that's their problem, right? But if you are sincerely hope they move, then I think that you did your part. 那另外就是你也可以替他们立牌位啊。好比说我们在道场里头。在建道场的时候，你要整地啊什么的，那个都会伤到众生的，所以我们都会立一些往生牌位，就是伤害了众生的牌位。Another way to help is you set up the rebirth plate for these beings. Like when we construction going on in the monastery, and that's will always harm some living beings, right? And then what we usually do is we'll set up a plaque for these beings to reverse hope and wish them well to be reborn in the pure land. 公告怎么写？你就写说我们什么时候要整修啊？一般我们会有1个礼拜的时间，就是1个礼拜前贴出来。So the notice usually we will post it a week beforehand, and just write that we are going to remodel the house, or we want to trim the tree, things like this, and on a piece of paper. 去万佛城出家的男众，经过几年可以够出家资格。这个每一个人都不一样的。你到万佛城来，最起码就是你来这边做义工做半年，做半年以后，你可以申请进入那个沙弥的先修班。那你至少要先做义工半年，然后你申请，如果考核通过的话，你可以变成是学员，就是你刚讲的敬人，要持八关斋戒。So this question is, when you come to CDB and you want to become a monk, and how long it's going to take you to become a monk? And there's no fixed number, depends on many factors. The minimum is that you have to be a volunteer here for at least 6 months before you can apply to be a trainee. And this is before you become a novice, you need to uphold the 8 precepts. It's called a trainee, novice trainee. And it takes at least half a year of volunteering before you can apply to become a trainee. 你当了学员以后呢，还要一阵子，你至少要半年了，就是要1年的时间，用半年才能够申请当沙弥。那沙弥就已经出家了。So after you become a trainee, I think if I remember correctly, you have to at least 6 months before you can apply to become a novice monk. Novice monk is a monk already. 你出家，你家里已经出家了，最快是1年，一般是不可能1年就这么顺利的。So the minimum is like 1 year when you come to CDB and become a novice monk is 1 year. But it's impossible that you do that in 1 year. Usually it takes longer time. If you can become a novice in 2 years, I think you should feel happy. 如果你能够2年内能够出家的话，你能沙弥的话，应该很高兴了。每一个人都不一样，所以很难说。我想一下，为什么不倒单呢？心理活动是在尽力思修。你认你可以把这个陈国霞的问题念一念。
您的已经几乎要读完了。心理活动是在尽力思修、浅睡眠还是参话头？
上人回答不倒单，在家人问说怎么修不倒单，上人回答说你只要不捣蛋就好。这个不捣蛋不是随随便便修的，所以我想在家人不要修的好。我们出家人都不是每一个人都修不捣蛋的。Sleeping up, I think it's not an easy practice. I wouldn't encourage people to practice that. Even the Zen master didn't encourage the people to practice it. 东峡是什么？因为有蟑螂的房子里面先写公告，再放蟑螂药。这我看不太懂意思。
他下面说，若在伤害的，因为蟑螂药会伤害到他们，那么犯杀戒吗？
他先写公告，然后再放蟑螂药，然后放蟑螂药会伤到他们，是这样子，对不对？
是。
你伤到他们，关杀戒吗？你放蟑螂药就是要杀生的啊，是不是？那那算是犯戒咯。但是你这个昆虫杀昆虫是轻罪的，不是重罪，也不是中罪。嗯，那你写的公告呢？为什么要放蟑螂药？要把蟑螂赶走？你要先保持家里头要搞得很干净啊。你家里头如果不干净的话，你再怎么样，这个虫蚁还会再回来的。你家里头没有他们吃的东西，没有他们要吃的东西，他们就不会回来了，不会在你的家里头待了。So this is a question about roaches at home, and you need to keep your house clean without any food for these insects. They won't stay. That would be the root method to get rid of these insects, pets. 是把蟑螂抓到外面，它自己死了，你没有杀心啊，是不是？然后你是放生啊，那它自己死了是和你没有直接的关系啊。你除非是把它放到它一定会死的地方。OK，像我们在这边就已经9点半了，我们这边停下来就回校。有没有回相机？忘了放回相机这里。I forgot about the dedication of Mary verse. Share this in Chinese. 愿以此功德，庄严佛净土，常保四重门，下济三途苦。若有见闻者，悉发菩提心，尽此一报身，同生极乐国。谁还报身？ You respect the Venerable Master. Amitofo.